Lily, it's already 10 o'clock. What on earth do you think you're doing? I told you I wanted you to clean my place this morning. Don't tell me you're still sleeping. Don't slack off just because it's your day off. Mom, I told you, didn't I? I told you that I'm working on my day off because it's busy at work right now. What? You were the wife of our family. I don't even like the fact that you're working at all. I can't believe you're working on your day off. Why don't you just say no because you have to take care of the house today? You should ask someone else to do it for you. That's not how it works. It's my job, so I have to do it. Besides, I'm already at work. You're a woman anyway. You can't be making that much. So don't be so unreasonable. That may have been true in the past. But nowadays, it is not because you are a woman that you are underpaid. I get paid well enough. I have the same responsibilities as men. Well, are you trying to talk back to me? This is why I hate women who have jobs. After all, you live off the money my son earns, and you think you're such a big shot. Mom, if you're just gonna complain to me, can I go now? I need to concentrate on work. You're so high and mighty. That's why I said I don't like the job. From now on, you must take weekends off. Do you understand? If you can't do what I say, I'll have you quit your job. Is that clear? You can't just go and decide something like that. You know what? You don't know your place. You are the wife, and you keep talking back to me. You should know your place. At the very least, come over and clean my house immediately after work. I refuse. What? Did you even hear a word I said? I take good care of my own house. Just because we live close to each other, you try to force me to clean your house. Stop pushing that on me. I'm at work, so I have to go. Lily, wait a minute. I'm not done talking yet. Lily, you must be off work today. Yesterday, you used your day off as an excuse to not clean my house. Today is the day I'm going to have you do it. As a matter of fact, you should be the one telling me that you're going to visit me today to apologize for yesterday. But you never contacted me. I'm the one who contacted you. Damn it! You're so inconsiderate. Hey, are you listening to me? Lily, don't tell me you're pretending not to notice. Good morning, Mom. I was driving and didn't notice. I've already made plans for today. I'm going out. What? Plans? I didn't hear anything about that. Why do we have to tell you what we're doing all the time? It doesn't matter. Tell me. Today, we've been talking about getting some new spring clothes. So Evan and I are here at the outlet store. Outlet? I wanted to go too. Why didn't you invite me? That's just too mean. Because, Mom, the last time I invited you to the mall, why should I go shopping with my daughter-in-law? Did you think I would want to go? You said so yourself. Except for the outlet stores. Can't you even understand that? I thought so too, so I talked to Evan about it. Then Evan said, it's okay, it's okay. He said that even if we went together with you, you'd just complain the whole time. And then, our fun day of shopping would just turn into a pain in the neck. So, he told me not to invite you. I just went along with it. though I thought he was right. Evan said that? Mom, haven't you even noticed? You constantly complain to me, and that may make you feel better. But as a result, your loving son doesn't think that much of you. Huh? Don't get carried away. My son definitely didn't say that. You probably made that up anyway. If you want to think so, be my guest. Are you done? I haven't left the parking lot yet because I've been texting you the whole time. I'd like to take a look around, so if you'll excuse me. Hey, wait! Lily! Mom, what on earth are you doing? I just got home from work and opened the mailbox to find divorce papers in there. Evan asked me to approve it. I knew Evan was on his mother's side. So you're making up this story that Evan doesn't think well of me. Of course, right? I mean, compared to someone like you who's always working and lacks charm, I'm the one who went through the pain of childbirth, raised that child with utmost care all this time. Of course, I'm more important than you. Evan says he hates you for not taking care of his mother. So, you really hate me that much? What? It's your fault, isn't it? Because you don't listen to me at all. This time, I put it in the mailbox to scare you. If you don't listen to me in the future, I'll really have you divorce him. So, tomorrow morning, even if you have to take the day off work, come to my place to clean up. You know that I can't take off work on such short notice. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. I am your mother-in-law and my orders are final. If you don't, then it is divorce. Do you understand? No matter how incompetent you are, you know what the right thing to do is, don't you? I understand. You finally understand. If you had just listened to me from the start. Then, let's proceed with the divorce proceedings. What? What do you mean, what? You're the one who said it. You told me to get a divorce. And you also told me to listen to you, my mother-in-law. So, I'm going along with the divorce. That's not what I meant. I'm just saying that you should come tomorrow and clean. I'm having trouble with my place right now. I don't want to. What? Don't get cocky. You don't like me after all, do you? You don't want a cocky wife, right? I understand how you feel. You hate me so much that you went to the trouble of preparing divorce papers for me. If that's the case, I'll go file the divorce papers now. Now? It's already late at night. Besides, divorce papers aren't something you just hand in all of a sudden. I don't know what my son will think. What are you talking about? Your son wants a divorce, right? Then, if I serve him the divorce papers, I'm sure he'll be rather pleased. That's, If Evan and you feel the same way, then we have no choice. I'm going to get ready now and go to the city office, so if you'll excuse me. Wait a minute. Calm down. I'm calm, so then see you later. Lily, wait a minute. What will my son say about me? Please, please don't do something stupid. Lily, your father called me. He told me to move out of the condo. And by the end of the month of all things. That only gives me 10 days. I know he's sad because his daughter's divorced. But he doesn't have the right to tell me to do that. Does he? Hey, I've got an emergency. It's an emergency. Call me back. Hello, Mom. Oh, you're not my mother-in-law anymore. It's weird to call you Mom, so I'll call you by your first name, Joyce. I don't care what you call me now. Why should I be kicked out of my own place? I can ignore what your father says, right? You can ignore him all you want, but I'm sure he'll just force you to leave, right? Forced eviction? What are you talking about? Don't just say things that don't make sense. Things that don't make sense? It means what it means. Well, your father was rude to me. I wanted you to talk to him, but you just say the same things. I knew it. You're both just alike. It's crazy to think that you guys can just throw me out of this place. It looks like it was a good decision to have you divorce my son after all. On the contrary, I don't understand why you think you don't have to leave. Why? This place is the house my son rented for me, isn't it? If it was my son, I would understand. But why should I be asked to leave by you people? Even the rent is paid by my son. What are you confused about? The condo you live in belongs to my father. Huh? No. You don't remember? When your husband passed away a few years ago, you said it was too painful to live in a house with his memories, so you sold the house. You should have used the money to buy or rent a house. You said you were lonely and that you wanted to live with us for a little while, so you moved in with us. Feeling sorry for yourself, who had lost her husband, you didn't work or do anything every day. And then, you spent all your money in less than a year on fashion bags and other luxuries. You even tried to use our money. I talked to my father about it, and he agreed to rent the condo he owned to you. He agreed to rent it to you free of charge. Come to think of it. But Evan and I got divorced. You and I are no longer related, so it's only natural for my father to ask you to leave. It's common sense, isn't it? Yeah, but I was always against divorce. You guys should start over, even if it's just now. Then I'll have no problem continuing to live here. That's a very selfish thing to say. The other day, you were demanding that I divorce, and then you served me with divorce papers. But when I did what you asked me to do, now you want us to get back together. We are not your toys. Stop saying whatever suits you at the time. Then what should I do? Why don't you go back to your hometown in the Midwest? Joyce, your parents live in the Midwest, and your brother lives there now. It seems that Evan talked to your brother. He has a vacant room at his house, so if you want, you can go back to your parents' house. Is that so? That's my proud son. Now that he's divorced from you, it means he's coming home, right? I would be more than happy to be able to live at home after all these years, and also be with my son. I knew it was a good decision to have my son divorce you. I don't need you anymore. Oh, is that so? Good then. You can continue this discussion with Evan. Now, if you'll excuse me. I'm sure I won't be contacting you again. Bye. Lily, I'm still no good without you. Please, can't you get back together with my son? Why all of a sudden? Didn't you tell me that you don't want to be in contact with me anymore? And you told me to break up with him. And you told me to get back together with him. Please, stop it. I'm sorry. I swear, I'll never ask you to break up with him again. Don't say that. Actually, Evan is not coming back with me. He told me to go back by myself. Moreover, I tried to contact my brother too, but he was so cold to me. He said he's letting me come back home because his nephew asked him. He told me not to cause any trouble and said I should just be quiet and stay out of the way. He said I always caused our mother a lot of problems. And if I bother them even a little bit, they'll kick me out right away. Knowing that I was obviously not welcome, I knew I couldn't go back there. Moreover, my son said that because he made things right with his uncle this time, he would cut off all ties with me. There's no way I can accept that. No. Of course he's going to cut you off. What? Joyce, we know, okay? The divorce papers that you put in the mailbox, all of them were filled out by you, right? You may have changed your handwriting, but we could tell right away that it wasn't Evan's. Of course, I confirmed it with Evan. I can't believe you noticed that. Evan never filled out the divorce papers. He told me that he had not filled out the divorce papers and that he had never thought about divorce. When I texted you about the divorce papers, Evan was there with me. So we went to file the divorce papers together. If you knew, why did you file the divorce papers? If you hadn't done that, there would have been no talk of my returning to my hometown or my son cutting me off. We did file for divorce, but we have already remarried. What? Is that so? Then that's good. But why did you do that? Doing so would only tarnish our family register. Of course, there was some hesitation on our part about having that on the records. But after much discussion, we thought it was the best choice. What part of that? I don't understand. This marriage certificate was submitted under my surname by Evan. What? No way! Yes way. In other words, Evan is now a member of my family. Your family? Why did you do that without consulting me? To prevent you from interfering any further. What? I am his mother. That can't be allowed to happen. I can't believe you would make Evan do such a thing. Restore Evan's last name now. Otherwise, this marriage won't be recognized. Even if you don't approve, our parents gave their approval, so it's okay. Besides, this was Evan's idea. What? Evan? Still don't understand? Evan thinks everything goes your way. He got sick and tired of you constantly bullying his wife. In order to get rid of you, he took our family name. Oh, come on. I didn't mean to bully you. I just wanted you to understand my feelings. What are you talking about? You just tried to force me to do the housework, didn't you? You didn't do anything yourself. You tried to get me to clean up. I'm working, and you want me to take a day off from work to come to your place. You can't possibly know how that feels. We have no interest in having anything to do with you anymore. Find your own place to live, or go back to Nebraska, or do whatever you want. I can't just look for a place to live by myself. There's no way I can do that. I am unemployed. If I lose my house, and my son, and you are gone too, I will have nothing left. I don't want that. If you can't find a place to live on your own, you have no choice but to go to Nebraska. I don't think I will ever hear from you again, but please, take care. Goodbye. Don't say that. Please, Lily, don't abandon me. I blocked my ex-mother-in-law's text messages. Still, my ex-mother-in-law tried to hang on to her son. There was a barrage of incoming calls and several texts on Evan's cell phone. But Evan also blocked his mother's contact information. Her brother in Nebraska came to pick her up. The ex-mother-in-law, who seemed to have given up on the idea that she had nowhere else to go, went to Nebraska to live with her brother and his family. She has decided to stay there and try her best not to cause them any trouble. She had been relying on us for her living expenses, and she used to spend on whatever she wanted. But now, she has to help with the housework and is expected to earn her own living expenses. She seems to be working every day. I am now free from the life of being bullied every day. I'm living peacefully. We've been discussing having children, and we've started trying to conceive. I want to continue to live with my loving husband while supporting each other.
Nate, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore.
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm breaking up with you.
What? Oh, hold on. What is this all of a sudden?
I just can't handle being with you anymore.
Hillary, please calm down and tell me what's going on. Why can't you handle being with me anymore?
Seriously, Nate, come on. Are you actually going to pretend like you don't know?
I don't have to pretend because I legitimately have no idea what brought this on all of a sudden. It was something I did or said that I'm sorry and want to do better, so please, let's talk about this, okay? What happened to make you feel this way?
Oh my god, there's no point in me even telling you. It's not like it's something you can actually do better about.
You're still not making any sense. What is it? What's wrong?
It's your family, Nate.
My family?
If your family is really okay with living in that complete dumpster fire of a house, then that gives me serious doubts about trying to build a future together with you.
What? What do you mean dumpster fire? We do have one house that's about 50 years old, but we've been taking pretty good care of it. It's not like we've completely abandoned it. We do regular inspections, monthly cleanings, lawn mowing, and all that sort of thing. So I don't really think it's fair to call it a dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You don't even have the self-awareness to see that your house is disgusting. How can you bear to live like that? I can't build a future with someone from a family like yours, so I'm breaking up with you.
Hillary, I think you're under a big misunderstanding. Look, this is not a conversation that we can have by text. Let's meet up and talk, okay?
Not a chance. I am never talking to you again for as long as I live. If we should ever meet on campus or in town, I'm just going to ignore you and pretend that I don't know you, so you do the same. Got it? Goodbye. Hey, Nate. Long time no see. How are things? It's me, Hillary, remember? I just saw you on TV and oh my god, I couldn't believe my eyes. You're the biggest rags to riches story I've ever seen. You grew up in that rundown old house and now you're filthy rich living in a huge mansion. They should make a movie about you. Anyway, let's meet and catch up. I'm in the mood for French, I think. I've never tried caviar. Do you know any good places? Oh, and then maybe we could go shopping for a new handbag for me?
Nut, got a minute? Wow, great timing, Sean. I was just about to send you a message. Let me take a stab in the dark. It's about Hillary? Yeah, she randomly texted me out the blue this afternoon and started blowing up my phone with texts and calls. None of which I answered, obviously. But it seems like she wants to get back together with me. Do you know anything about this, Sean? Oh yeah, that psycho chick has been going through every single one of our old college friends trying to find out as much information about you as she can. What the? Why now? What do you think? That oblivious moron somehow got the idea in her head that you were dirt poor. And now that she knows you're rich, she wants to get back together. You've got to be kidding me. It's been 7 years. Yeah, well, with Hillary, the only thing that matters in a guy is how many zeros are in his bank account balance. Apparently she's looking to settle down with a rich guy to take care of her, so she's been frequenting all the upper-class hangouts where the young entrepreneurs go. And I guess she figures that since the two of you have an established history together, maybe she has a chance to get back together with you. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Oh, but anyways, everyone knows what the circumstance of your breakup were, as well as the fact that nothing good can come out of getting involved with Hillary and all her schemes, so they just all left her on red. Well, that's a relief. For now, I think I'll just keep on ignoring her like I have been. That's probably for the best. So, yeah, I'll just ignore the messages and calls for a while, monitor the situation. If you hear any new information, let me know as soon as possible, okay? You got it, bro.
Hey, Nate. So I was thinking about our date. I don't think we really decided on when we would meet up yet, right? I just remembered what you were saying during your TV interview. You took over your dad's company and started instituting a bunch of quality of life improvements for your employees, right? Like adding remote work options, more flexible hours, that sort of thing. So it sounds like you're probably at home a lot of the time. That means we'll have tons of time to see each other. Awesome! So, tomorrow, I went ahead and made a reservation at that fancy new French restaurant downtown in your name for 12 noon tomorrow. I'll see you at the restaurant. Hey, Nate, have you left your house yet? This is kind of our first date in 7 years, and you're running late? Like, really, Nate? I'm gonna head into the restaurant. Text me when you get here, got it? What is your problem, Nate? Where are you? Standing me up on our first date in 7 years? What kind of man are you? I expected you were going to pay the bill for dinner, so I didn't bring my wallet. What am I supposed to do now? Hurry up and get down here to pay the check. If you're gonna be my husband, you're gonna have to prove to me that I can rely on you, understand? Hey, wait a minute. Are you ignoring my messages? They aren't getting marked as read.
Hey, Sean, this is getting out of hand fast. Yeah, I heard. Did she seriously book a reservation in your name, expecting you to pay for her lunch? She's been blowing up my phone for 3 days. Yesterday, she made up plans for a date with me at some fancy French restaurant. And then, just like you said, actually made a reservation in my name in a place that costs at least $100 a plate. And then she went to the place, declared that I would be paying for the meal, and get this, then she starts telling me that we're getting married. Eesh, what a nut job. You're telling me. Did you hear anything else about that? Yeah. A friend of mine actually works at the restaurant she went to, and according to him, when the manager told her to pay her bill or he'd call the police, she started crying her eyes out, and then just called her parents and they paid the bill. Good God, what is wrong with her? She was name-dropping you big time, saying that you'd be very unhappy with the way she had been treated. I think it's safe to say she'll try using the same tactic again, so be on the lookout. You might want to put the word out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll be making some moves on that front soon. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Nate. So my parents kicked me out of their house last night, and since I have no place to go, I'll go ahead and move into your huge mansion so we can be together all the time. I'm getting on a bus right now. I'll see you soon. Oh, that's right. The city courthouse is on the way, so I'll go ahead and submit our marriage certificate since I'll be in the area anyway.
Whoa, hold on.
Nate? Nate, is that you? You finally answered me.
Yeah, because I had to stop you before you go doing something really stupid.
What do you mean? Anyway, like I said, I'll be over there soon, sweetie. I can't wait to start our new life together. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have a husband like you.
I've been married for 3 years, Hillary.
What?
Which you would have found out anyway if you actually went to the courthouse, but I figured I'd save you a pointless trip.
You're not fooling me. I've been asking tons of people about you, and no one said anything about you having a wife.
Yeah, no one said anything to you, period, because they were all in agreement that they wouldn't tell you anything about me.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember? After you dumped me, you went around to everyone telling them that I'm a poor loser living in a broken down old house. Don't tell me you didn't notice how they reacted to that.
You're making zero sense. When I broke up with you, you were a poor loser living in a broken down old house. I was just telling the truth. What's wrong with that? You didn't even have the self-awareness to realize your house was so trashy. You were completely low class. Were you trying to forget your childhood trauma by pretending you actually lived in the big fancy house next door?
Wait a minute. A dumpy house next door to a nicer house.
Yeah. Seriously, how could you be satisfied with such a low standard of living while looking out of your window at what a real house looks like? At least you seem to have come to your senses now.
Let me confirm something. Is this house you're talking about on Millwood Drive? Blue siding, 2-story, big walnut tree in the side yard?
Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. I don't know what a walnut tree looks like, but it definitely was 2 stories and had blue siding. Now that you mention it, they put a picture of it up during your interview on TV the other day. Yeah, that's definitely the one. And you got so rich that you were able to buy that big mansion next door, right? I guess me breaking up with you gave you the drive you needed to finally make something of yourself. You're welcome. And now you're finally getting the biggest reward of all, me as your wife.
I didn't buy that house.
What?
It was already mine. I grew up in that house from the moment I was born.
Huh?
When I took over my dad's company 2 years ago, he put that house and all the rest of our property in my name too. That house next door, the one that you said was old, run down, a dumpster fire, and that sort of thing. That was the house my dad's pets lived in.
His pets?
Yeah, he's always had a thing for reptiles. He has a ton of them. Chameleons, geckos, lizards, you name it. My mom, however, can't stand the sight of them. So he brought the roughly 50-year-old abandoned house next door and transformed it into a sort of private zoo where he keeps all his reptiles. Might look a bit old from the outside, but he renovated the entire interior when he bought it, so it's pretty nice in there now. He also changed it so the main entrance is on the back side of the house, so it's easier to get there from our property.
Wait, so that's why I saw you going in that house all the time?
Yeah. Back when we were dating, my dad got a bit of a nasty flu that put him in the hospital for a while. And I was the one who took care of his pets while he was away. I'd stop in there first after my classes were finished, feed the pets, clean what needed to be cleaned, and then go home. That's why I would always go in there.
Oh, okay.
It's strange that you knew about me going in there, though, since I never invited you over to our house. Don't tell me you were following me.
Well, I mean, I was your girlfriend and you never invited me over to see your house? That's weird, isn't it? I figured maybe you were hiding something from me. Then, well, I saw you going into that old house and, you know.
Hillary, we were only dating for 2 months. We had this conversation at the time, too. I told you that I wanted to get to know you better before I took you to meet my parents. I didn't want to feel like I was being rushed into our relationship.
Well, thanks for telling me about how you felt. Wow, it feels really good to have such a deep conversation with you. And now that we've finally reconnected, I am more hopeful than ever about our future together.
What relationship?
Our marriage, silly! I'm at the courthouse right now. I'm gonna go submit our marriage certificate.
Were you listening at all? I told you I'm married.
What?
Did you seriously ignore the single most important part of this conversation?
I guess it must have slipped past me.
That's no excuse. You said you watched my TV interview, right? Did you also happen to miss the portion of that interview where they interviewed my wife?
That's who that was? I thought she was your maid.
You must have had cotton balls in your ears too, because the segment where we talked about how we met and our honeymoon was a full 5 minutes.
So, it's true? You're really married?
So like I was saying, don't waste your time. Even if you try to submit it, they won't accept it. Got it?
But...
And this is where I exit this conversation.
Hey!
I made the mistake of not blocking you when we broke up 7 years ago, but I'll be remedying that in short order.
Nate, stop, please. Didn't you hear me? My parents kicked me out of their house. I don't have anywhere else to go. You have to help me.
No, I don't have to help you. You're an adult. Figure it out for yourself.
Nate, please, let me live with you. How can you do this to me?
I was concerned for a while that Hillary might try to storm into my house, regardless of my warnings. But her parents had realized that she was about to do something stupid again, and they caught up with her and dragged her back home. Apparently, they had set a condition for paying the very expensive bill at the restaurant the other day, that she would get married to a friend of her father's who happens to be in his 50s. She tried to back out of it after they had already paid the bill. But they told her that if she didn't go through with her end of the bargain, they'd disown her and kick her out to the curb. It was at that point that she came up with her master plan of getting married to me. Too bad for her, I was already married. That day, Hillary actually did turn in a marriage certificate to the courthouse and it was accepted. Why is that, you may ask? Well, Hillary had forged my name onto a marriage certificate, thinking that once it was accepted, there wouldn't be anything I could do. However, her parents caught on to the plan. While she was out, they took the marriage certificate she had signed and forged my signature on, then swapped it out for one with her name and the man they wanted her to marry. What a big-time backfire.